the next one would be Songhai.
Oh, fuck. Talk about a race I never played much.
Oh,
But
baby.
Songhai does have cool units.
Did I play it? Oh.
Songhai, the fucking...
Not the traditional Songhai. I played some other different Songhai.
So,
yeah.
Songhai is basically red decks in Magic the Gathering. Basically, a lot of combo, a lot of movement, a lot of combo, a lot of damage. And yeah, it's fairly fragile, but fuck, they did some damage and they can pull it out their ass, trust me. And they had some cool units. Oh fuck yeah, this is... But yeah, okay.
So I didn't play the main Songhai version, which is your backstab and that kind of stuff. I played a bit of a different version, which would use the Reaver hero, which basically produces Heartseekers, and it was a weird deck playing with a couple of not commonly used abilities, which we'll definitely talk about in this list. But what it came down to was it was a weird way of controlling the board, keeping threat options out there to keep them busy while you then sort of stack what you needed to be able to kill the enemy and move on with lives. I loved it. It was the deck that got me to gold every fucking season.
Well, I know that at least with Reaver, I think she was the strongest general in Gauntlet mode. Producing range units were already ridiculous. I never played this guy. What the fuck?
I never. What does he do? Just put a spell sword into your action bar.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah, because just range units were really fucking strong in Gauntlet mode, and so having like someone that could just make a unlimited supply of them was a pain in the ass.
And they just had a lot of, like, you know, if you look at Lino, just what we've just gone over, it's very up and down. You've got your attacking liner, you've got your defensive liner, you've got your healing liner. With this, you can create whatever the hell you want. There are definitely cards that you want to have in your deck, but then there are other things you can throw in that just, you know, can either be unexpected for the type, or, you know, it's just this flexibility, and, you know, you can throw in some weird shit, and it was just so good. And I'm actually going through.
They actually have the worst. I just realized they have the worst minion in the entire game.
That was the ace, wasn't it?
Fucking hell. A ranged unit.
I can't believe I got that in one hit.
Yeah, a ranged unit that you can't control and moves towards the enemy. Holy shit, who thought that was a good idea? Never sees constructed play.
Yeah, damn straight.
It's only actually got one more health than a fucking Heartseeker. Jesus Christ. They were afraid to make that good. Or, shame. I do like the idea of a turtle with a cannon on its back. But yeah, now Blood... Yeah, I tried to make so many cards work in this deck, because they were really cool ones. Not all of them worked, but it used to be like...
come up with some really nice, like, different deck archetypes, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Let's see if I could find the card that Twilight Fox I tried to get work, but I couldn't. Cast a hero power, teleport a random enemy to the space behind your general. Could never really get that to work, but I like the idea behind it. But yeah, holy shit, that attack animation. But yeah, do you want to pick a card first then? Let's see what bullshit you got.
I think we'll start probably with, without a doubt, probably my favorite card, Four Wings Magi.
Did I just walk past that? Is mine on here? Yeah, that's on mine, so I'm going to remove that off my list.
That's right.
It's on both our lists.
This is with good reason too.
Yeah, it's an Arcanist.
This was a 4-mana 4/4. Whenever you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to enemy general and restore 1 health to your general. And this was stacked with the blood spell things, and it was just great. If this wasn't removed, this would give you a lot of wriggle room, especially in the mid game, where you can just generate a Heartseeker, zap, do a couple of spells, zap zap, and it was just like, all of a sudden you'd have +3 health, or you could attack something freely, knowing that you've got a couple of spells up your sleeve, and then get the health back. It was just a great, and it was just, chip damage is great. There's ways of stacking it as well. Multiple 4 wins. There was also a Blood Rage Mask that you could put on, which essentially did the same thing.
But look at the cheap cards. Got Tatsu. 1 mana, deal 1 damage, draw a card. So that's another damage. Inner Focus, Shock Sex. There's a lot of really cheap cards that you just proc this Mana Vortex.
The other issue was you couldn't really... you burn your deck and it's hard to sort of regenerate it after that burst, so you'd want to hope that you've done enough to get ahead. But
they were smart enough with Songhai that if their cards drew a card, it was at the end of your turn. They wouldn't let you draw them straight away. There was good reason for that.
Yeah, but this is really good. I mean, you're playing this and it's getting killed instantly, or you're getting value out of it next.
I really did.
In the current turn, next turn, like even late game, you could drop this and you still have 6 mana to play with in spells and stuff like that. Really good. I loved it. It was pretty much in most of my Songhai decks.
Yeah, same.
It was just that good.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because every deck has your general's always gonna proc up your general power, so you're never gonna have a deck without spells. And fucking 4 mana 4. He's tough to remove. He's at the spell target straight away.
Yeah.
And there's no shortage of the spell targets.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
You actually got 14 damage, you
I believe I do.
Fucking hell. Well, Stars No Liner still sucks.
Yeah.
Fucking
full health. I wonder.
Your turn, buddy.
Alrighty.
I'm hoping we're going to have a lot of similar cards here because I've got a big list here.
But, yeah, I know. I think it says here I got 11. So fuck, I may actually.
11 minus 1. I just chipped one off.
Yeah, fair point. The Scroll Bandit. So. Holy shit! What a piece of shit this guy was. Okay, so backstab. If you're behind a minion or a general, the backstab in brackets is your extra damage. So if you backstab, you deal 2 damage. Also, they don't counterattack. So normally, if you attack something, they attack back. Backstab says, fuck that shit. And trust me, there's a lot of ways for Songhai to position things behind you. I'll
never forget the blessed game you had with the backstab Katara or whatever.
Oh, don't worry, he's coming up.
And you bounced that thing everywhere near my general to do massive damage, and you just had all the cards ready to go for that thing to just rip stuff out.
Yeah, crazy. As I said, Songhai, a lot of very cheap spells that can do crazy shit. But yeah, the fact this thing steals, you want to get rid of it's 2 mana, but you want to get rid of it because it steals spells and I know it's a bit RNG-ish, but it's fucking hilarious. I like the fact it's literally just the fact it's a bandit that steals your shit, and it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I didn't actually use this.
Holy shit!
I mean, I didn't use a lot of the backstab stuff a lot. That was
It was my second favorite backstab unit.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get the first one soon.
Yeah. Oh wow, still steals a spell even if you did 0 damage. But yeah, this thing is cool. The fact that you can steal like your opponent's removal, their big like super spells. This thing was sweet. Like, yeah, he didn't want to deal with this shit. I can only imagine how Songhai stealing like a hailstone prison would suck for the banner player.
Oh god, yeah. Oh, that would be toxic stuff, wouldn't it?
I think the fact that it actually steals it from your opponent's deck, so they lose a card. It's not like generating random spells; it's literally stealing them, which is a shit feeling. Trust me. But yeah, this thing was cool. I really liked it. Well, he's a piece of shit, but yeah, it was great. But yeah, he made some troll moments. What did you say? Fuck it, 4 wins.
4 wins, Magi, yeah. I'm going to go Zoe. This battle pet is my favourite battle pet out of all of them.
Really? Over packs?
Over everything. Yep.
What? I think I remember.
Which one was Pax? Well, Pax is in the next one. No.
He's the cat.
This was my favourite, absolute favourite battle pet.
Why is Zoe? Why am I spelling this wrong? How do you spell it?
XHO.
X? Oh, it's X. What? 2, 3. Fuck, that's a decent stat line, actually.
Yeah, so this is why this was really good. You got a Zoe in the early game. It was like Christmas came early. 2-3 stats. So it's only dying to some really high statted attack damage type stuff. And it's dying wish is where the additional value comes in. Put a random Songhai spell on your action bar. It costs 1 less. Now this could be anything. And by God...
No, it can't be anything. It can't give you Cage Lightning.
No.
I don't know why that's thing. Oh, wow. Look at that artwork for it. Fuck yeah.
It's, it was definitely one that I used a lot. Yeah, the card generation alone is worth it.
Yeah.
As we'll talk about Sunwisp for liner, just a body on there. But this body has an extra 2 health. And sure, it's a bit random because it does its own thing, but it doesn't matter. It's either hitting once or twice, doing damage or soaking up a bit of damage, and then it's giving you a free spell in your deck.
Yeah.
And this could be anything. This could be something that you haven't got in your deck, but then all of a sudden you wished you had, and all of a sudden you got it in your lap. Like for example, you're playing
1 less is pretty strong as well.
Yeah.
How do you play around a 1-mana Phoenix Fire? Or you probably should because Songhai can reduce spells, but just stuff like that.
Even some like what was it, Chain Lightning? In case like you're playing against a Bissy and then they're pumping out Wraithlings like a boss, and you get a free Chain Lightning out of this, deal 1 damage to everything.
No,
or the best one, Spiral Technique, only for 7 mana.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Because then you can just use Mana Vortex and make it cost even less. So yeah, there's a potential. Yeah, it looks like its stats are not improved. It looks like its stats aren't improved from a regular 2-drop. So they must have put they must really put a lot of effort into the Dying Wish. That's what
the Dying Wish really is worth it. Even if you get, as we've spoken about previously, even if it's something shit, it's something you can put into your deck to get something out of your deck. And it's just that card body on your hand generation, which is, which became worth it, especially in the tiers that when we were playing, where it was only like 1 draw each turn. This kind of stuff was, it was required.
Yeah.
And just so you can, you've got your options out of your deck, or even just something purely random just to shake things up and scare the crap out of the opponent because they're thinking you're playing one thing and you all of a sudden throw in a curveball and they're like trying to adjust and whatever. Really good card. Loved it. I think it was in pretty much every one of my Songhai deck just because it was a really good 2-drop and really valuable.
Yeah, he's pretty sweet. No, he's a cool card. Yeah, looking back, I think I remember you playing him against me a few times, and yeah, fucking unpredictable piece of shit.
Unpredictable, yes. That's the best part about it.
Well, since we've already spoilt this card, I might as well just bring him up now, shouldn't
I? So it was the Scarlet Viper, was it? I'm joking. Katana.
Katara. So this guy's actually very similar to. There's another card. I'm going to see if I can find. I don't know where it is, but he's not there. There was a 2-mana. If I go backstab, if I go stab. So what was his equivalent? Let me find. Kaido Assassin. So the equivalent of this was for 2 mana, you can get a 2/3 with backstab. So that wasn't too bad. But for 1 mana, you got this guy. And I found this guy a lot better. Actually, you know what? Actually, he got nerfed, Branny. I didn't realise. Fuck me. Okay, so when I used to play, it used to be backstab 3, so it used to do 4 damage. So they reduced it to 1.
This thing used to have... No wonder it used to kick my ass when you randomly played
When was this patch? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, it's not going to tell me. I reckon when I played, it was backstab 3. So this thing was doing 4 damage for 1 drop when it backstabbed. It looks like they... I don't know when they... What was patch 1.96? So yeah, for most of the lifespan, it looks like I was playing with the unnerfed version. Poor me.
Yeah, poor you.
2 years ago. 2018.
Sounds like it was pretty recent.
Was there any other really weird ones? Falkius cost changed from 3 to 4? What the fuck?
Well, that was too little too late.
Spirit of Darkness? Okay, yeah, this might have been the last patch that they had before the game went on hiatus. Well, actually, no. It would have been one that... No, I think it is. Astral Crusader, massive buff. Later look. Fair effort. Okay, enough on that. But yeah, when I used to play this card, an unnerfed version, so it was one of the best backstab units. So it's a 1 mana, so already you don't want to waste too much resources on it. It was 3 health, so it was hard to get rid of with most removal. And if it backstabbed, it didn't take damage. So yeah, doing 4 damage and still having to deal with 3 health was crazy. And yeah, just having just this, and it was a cool looking card. Fucking has like 4 like trident blades. Yeah, this card was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, it was a pretty good card.
It looks like they realized that having a 1 mana card that completely invalidated fucking Kendo Assassin, because if the Kendo Assassin wasn't using its backstab ability, then yeah, it's like not getting good value. And if it does use its backstab ability, then it's fucking inferior to this dude. So yeah, now he was cool. One of the best commons in the game. Fucking loved it. But yeah, as I said, it got nerfed, so obviously I probably loved it a bit too much. So yeah. Oh, but yeah, not much more to say about him. But yeah, I had some good games with that fucking card, which I may edit in. Oh, God, that was good times.
Oh, bitch. Oh, fuck. Actually, very. You fucking kidding me?
Fucking Katara's.
Let's do Lantern Fox.
Oh, yep, on my list as well.
Probably. And we used to play this when stats used to be 2-4.
Oh, it's 2-3, yeah, and there you go.
But even at 2-3, it was still really good.
I love the Zenuri taking this guy.
This was just such a valuable card. 2-3 or 2-4, if you remember it. Whenever this minion takes damage, put a Phoenix Fire in your action bar.
2 mana, 3 damage to anything. This thing was nuts. Oh, wait, they're not even including the original stats. Yep.
They got it in the patch notes, that's about it.
No, the Lane of Fox used to be different in beta. It used to be even more broken.
Oh, God.
It used to, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, this is just a great card. You know, you put it out, and you know if you manage to, if it doesn't get killed on the turn you get it out, and you can at least get 1 hit off and keep it alive, and you manage to get 2 Phoenix Fire cards in your hand out from this, then this has paid itself for the next 5 games worth. Like it's just like even if you just got 1 Phoenix Fire out of it, or for 3 mana you're baiting in a dispel or a removal or anything like that, it's just great.
Yeah, with this, the thing with this card is that you you wanted to get rid of it in one hit. If you couldn't kill this thing in one hit, you had to use removal on it. You can't just give Songhai 2 or 3 Phoenix Fires. You're just asking to lose the game at that stage.
Yeah.
You won't keep any minions.
Even just getting one was just, you didn't want to do that. And the Songhai's already got 3 Phoenix Fires in his deck.
Yeah.
So this would be a 4th.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, this thing's nuts. I think I had my Zenruris used to be a prime target for these things. I think Zenruri was nerfed to 5 mana though, so this thing could stay out a little bit longer. But yeah. This thing was nuts. If Songhai ever was really strong, I was packing in like anti-Lantern Fox tech, which would be like your Night Sorrow Assassins and stuff like that to deal with this fucker. So yeah, he was crazy.
Really good card. And yeah, he was just one of those he picks himself type card.
Yeah, I don't think most decks would have had this card.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was sweet. No, I liked it. But yeah. Now I know that Brownie joked about this, but it is actually on my list.
It's a Scarlet Viper, isn't
it? This card is I love this card looks so cool though.
Yeah, it's true.
Backstab 4. Okay, so number 1, it's 2 5s, so already it's pretty tough to take out. It's backstab 4, so that's 6 damage. Since it flies, it can move anywhere. This thing's just going to go you have to protect your general's ass from this thing, because this does 6 damage straight away. Now, what you call it? This card in fucking Gauntlet mode is insane.
Yeah, Gauntlet, that's where it really shined.
Common card that you could play, and with limited removal in that game, this thing could just fly around, and if anything has 6 health or less, it's just going to instant kill everything. And there's another card that I'll probably bring up later, which synergizes so well with this card that it was basically GG. I almost lost a game for full health to this card. It comes out of nowhere, but this card was cool. In constructed decks, maybe it was a one-of just because I liked the card, but not the strongest card in constructed, but in Gauntlet, its thing was insane. Anything else?
I think you covered it off. I mean, the flying was, that's where it was. If you didn't deal with it, this was going to be an MVP on the board. Yeah, and if you left it up, you're leaving it up at your peril with killing edges and other stuff that's in there in the Songhai kit. It's gonna wreck you if you don't. Yeah. It's crazy.
You have to remember that in constructed, a lot of these cards, since they were maybe really strong on paper, but they didn't have since removal was so strong in Duelyst. If it didn't do. Wind's Magi was good because as soon as you played it, you can start comboing off. Like, Katana's good because its low mana cost is a disincentive to waste removal. But if someone spends 5 mana, that's the only thing they're playing that turn, and you can just be like, Vannar can just be like, well, Hailstorm Prison for 2, and then just play a minion, and then you're back at square one. But in like I said, in Gauntlet mode, less card draw, less removal, less everything. And you have to get by with your sometimes pretty shitty cards, such as... I'm trying to look for shit cards. Whiplash. But yeah. Alright.
Hey, that's on my list.
What the fuck? Oh, I guess we'll do that next then.
No. It depends if I get through some of these other cards that I definitely would prioritize.
Fucking hell, that's on your list. Something's...
I actually use it. And it used to be pretty good. All right. Now this one is definitely left of center. Not used a lot, but as Mark can claim, this card was lethal, and that's Deathstrike here.
This card, yeah.
So my Reaver deck was based around this card purely. So it's a 2 mana spell. Give a friendly minion, destroy any minion damaged by this minion. And this seriously was perfect for Reaver who generates 1/1 ranged Heartseekers.
Yeah.
If they survive, you can put a Deathstrike seal on them, and they start instantly killing everything. And by God, did I have some games where I got some freaking value out of it. The best one was seeing a summon Mechazor, putting a Deathstrike seal on a Heartseeker and killing it in one hit, and that was perfect. All that work that poor guy went through, only to have it dead in a heartbeat.
There's a Battle Pando. Alright, did you see the replace of the Battle Pando? Because I get exactly what I want. Isn't that nice? For 2 mana, remove... Yeah, remove Mechazor!
Oh, nice. It also combines well with Inner Focus, so you can just activate it straight away, and it's like, what can you do?
That too, it was just a really good card, especially for Reaver, like just because Heartseekers were just cheap. You were generating them from your spell thing. Inner Focuses, like you could if you had an Inner Focus or Deathstrike seal, that for 2 mana you for 2 cards, 2 mana, plus the Heartseeker, so say 4 mana, you're killing anything, any threat that came on. And the best part was the enemy then has to decide if they have to throw out a removal to get rid of a 1/1 Heartseeker.
Yeah. It kind of sucks.
And all of a sudden that's one removal less that's removing your 4 Winds Magi or Lantern Fox or something like that. And yeah, it was phenomenal that it just seemed to work, yet it wasn't very popular, which was great. Which I love, because I love it when it's not a popular type deck. But it was fantastic. It was part of my deck. It worked so well. Any part of the game could just be a real spanner in the works, just to help clear, provoke minions or just anything. And it was just great in helping to control the board and get you through that early mid game or whatever, or even just late game killing threats. Worked every time. It was a great card.
It also synergized with this card extremely well.
The Battle Pando.
Whenever this minion takes damage, deal 1 damage to all enemies. It'll wipe out the entire board, even your own shit.
Yeah, funnily enough, I never used the Battle Pando with it, so
shame.
Never tried that. But that might be something we just put in the pocket to give it just for some lols. Down the track.
Anything that does area of effect works with Deathstrike Seal. So yeah, there's a lot of potential there. Even your what was that spine? Oh, that fucking 2/9 spine thing. I can't remember its name now. But yeah.
2/9s, yeah. Just a simple Australian card. Love the Dyson Sphere.
Thanks for the follow, mate. We're just talking about Duelyst here.
Alright, that's another tick off my list.
It is.
I bet you didn't have that card on ya.
No, I didn't.
Oh, actually, that works out well. That works very nicely.
How? What the fuck?
That was better than what I had. That was good.
This is hurting. What the fuck? What a joke!
I was saying boo burns.
But you can tell what decks I was playing, because I didn't play Songhai very much, so you can tell what decks styles I went. So I might as well finish it off with the coup de grace of Backstab, Killing Edge.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, have to.
This card was fucking amazing. 4 plus 4 plus 2, so you got health, so your Heartseekers all of a sudden become 5/3s. So in Gauntlet, this card was ridiculous in Gauntlet, because like you could keep removing all the Heartseekers from Reaver, and then like one sticks, and they just put Killing Edge on it, and you're like, well, fuck, I got no removal, and it's just going to shit on you the entire game. And in addition, like say if you put this on Katana, you've spent a total of 2 mana, 2 cards, and if it backstabs, what's that like? It's like 8 damage.
Oh god, yeah, because I think he did it to me once too.
Yeah, and if they have backstab, which they do, you draw a card at end of turn.
Yeah, there's nothing really much to add. This card was freaking lethal, and it was just perfect for just in the what do you call it? Just with the Deathstrike seal, you know, if you're getting those dispelled, you can continually generate Heartseekers. You can inner focus them. You can chuck a killing edge on them, and it just still does damage. Really good card. I mean, it's one of those ones where you're almost having it in most Songhai decks.
Yeah. Well, remember I was saying about Scarlet Viper? What was that 6 damage? That's 10 damage. Thanks, mate. Yeah, no, yeah, I think it's a bit similar. To be fair, we are British convicts, so I can see where the similarities come in. How about you? Where are you from? I think we got the good end of the stick here, actually, when it came to... If only every... Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Oh no, where's he gone?
Another. Oh, yeah. Another spell. Mist Dragon Seal. Hang on a sec.
I fucking love Miss Dragon Seal. Oh.
So yeah, I mean, this card speaks for itself. Friendly minion +1/+1, teleported anywhere. 1 mana spell, and look, it wasn't really the stats that was the main thing about it. It was sort of like just gravy on top of it, but this card be used for a lot of different circumstances. One, if you're winning, and you just need to just stat up something just to do a bit more damage. The other one, if you need to get something the hell out of there and protect it, you can just move it. Sure, it got +1/+1 and it feels like it's wasted, but if you say got a 4 wins under attack and it's still, you know, it's still alive and still does its thing, using this to get it on the other side of the board is perfect, because you don't want that thing attacking. You want it using its ability. The dancing ability of being able to teleport it around the deck is the real winning part of why this card's really good. It gives you that flexibility. It's a cheap spell. Stats, and with the Heartseekers as well. I'm going to say that probably a lot because that's all I used to do. But being able to move them around the deck to make sure they're protected was just really helpful. But even just like, and Mark will probably talk about this, this is the card that gets your backstab cards into position so they can maximize their backstab ability and do as much damage as humanly possible.
Well, that Katana goes from like doing 4 backstab damage to doing 5 backstab damage back when I was playing it. And like it pings with a cheap spell for 4 wins. I've seen people just burn Miss Dragon Seals just so that it can get multiple pings off of that 4 wins.
It was really good card, and yeah, it's the stats are one thing, but the mobility was just as good and could be used in any situation to help your cause out as well. So, really good card.
Yeah, no, he's pretty sweet. I don't think you're using it in that game though. That's a shame. All right, but yeah, no, it was cool. I like that card. I used it a lot. I think in most of my decks had it. Miss Dragon Seal. Yeah, that was a sweet card. And so you can, once again, hey Dalton, how you doing?
Oh my god. Stop moving that fucking slut around. Oh, Jesus Christ.
We're just discussing one of our favourite games back in the day that's getting a sequel of sorts. It's more like a re-release. So we're just talking a little bit about that at the moment. Duelyst. So we're discussing some of our favourite cards. So what were we up to?
Put on your thing, Scarlet Viper. You forgot to put it on.
Oh, did I? Ah, that's right.
And then pick your next card.
Ah. So yeah, I should have this on in the background. So this is the old game here, Dalton. So we're just covering the Songhai cards here. Looks like I'm playing Vanna. Brownie's playing...
What the fuck am I playing? Why have I got an LB Sage in that team?
No, that's a fucking Albi. I don't know what that is. You got Frenzy Rebirth. God, that card was shit. How have you been doing, Dalton? Oh, that's the synergy. Forgot about that. Oh, that's cool.
Right,
oh, yeah.
You picking your next card?
I am. You remember this guy, Brownie?
Oh, Grandmaster Zendo. Hang on.
So basically, Grandmaster Zendo in every race had a Grandmaster, and all of them would have ridiculously weird abilities that were stupidly strong. So Lionel was the first to have it, but yeah. So Lionel
refresh your stream.
Lionel had the was the first Grandmaster, and that was its ability was when your general died, it took over. Oh shit!
Oh god, how did we not pick that in our list?
Oh, because yeah, I didn't use him much. So yeah, eventually all the other races ended up getting Grandmasters. And this was one of my favourite, second favourite one. So, it forces the enemy general to move and attack automatically.
What, second favourite? Because there's a couple of good ones.
Yeah. So yeah, it turns them into a battle pet.
Yeah.
So what you could do is you could just shove this guy in front of the general and he'd be forced to attack it. It was fucking hilarious. Losing control of your general is like debilitating. It's like... It's not even that it's better than Provoke, because at least with Provoke you can kill shit and move away or choose not to attack. This thing basically forces you to take whatever damage. Like I forced Brownie's general to attack a backstab minion and take 10 damage to the face.
Let's not drag that kind of shit out, please.
So it acts like a battle pet. 4/6. Did it get any changes? Yeah, it lost one hit. It got nerfed in that patch. Fuck, Songhai got some huge nerfs. Ooh, which one's Rogue? Let me check. Rogue Assassin's Creed.
Rogue, I think, it was the one that came after Black Flag, I'm pretty sure.
He caused issues.
But yeah, not too much to add on to the Grandmaster Zendo. It was pretty good.
He was fucking... I love that Billy. Yeah, this guy was debilitating. Like, turning your general into a battle pet and making them stupid is fucking hilarious. It says, though, that Zukong has no effect on it. Because it only affects battle pets. And your general doesn't count as a battle pet. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, he was cool. I'll have to... I got footage of Brownie getting wrecked by that, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Well, it's not my fault you played badly.
Savage. Alright. This next one is an artifact.
Well, actually, I don't have any artifacts from... Yeah. Interesting.
I have two, but this is probably the one that I love. So this is the Cyclone Mask.
Oh.
Very simple, very useful. Your general gains ranged. This was... If you got this early game... Oh...
I did try to play ranged Reaper decks would keep away. Very annoying. Didn't we play a game where it was Blast versus Range? That was fucking hilarious. That's so stupid.
This is really good. I think I only used maybe one of these, but if I got it, it was. I mean, look, Range Hero. You can sort of sit back, relax, and just poke and control, and without having to risk your health. It was really nice. And it's just really simple, but you know, if your general doesn't have to sit there in the front and just cop damage after damage, and you can just poke with 2 damage with relative freedom, because you know it requires 3 hits on your general to get rid of this thing.
And yeah, Crescent Spear was 1 mana. So Crescent Spear was 1 mana, so that allowed you to wipe out quite a few creatures. Well, I'll be right back, Brandy. Must go bathroom.
Oh, fuck, is that... Oh, no, you've got enough. Fuck you, bitch.
Yes!
God damn it.
Man, it took me a while to get this card, because once again, I'm not fucking wasting elite cards on fucking Songhai. But this thing was cool. Transform any minion into a 0.
Oh, that's on my list. Awesome. Onyx Bear Seal. This was good.
What was interesting, so number one, it transforms them into a pad. Actually, that game we were just watching, you'd see that in action. So it turns them into like a little panda bear. So a lot of minions have like death wishes and stuff. That completely ignores it. It's just transformed into a harmless paddo. But so it can take care of anything at a moment's notice. But the issue is it cannot be attacked. So there's nothing stopping your opponent from putting provoke spells or buffing it up and just annoying the shit out of you with this thing for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's useful, but then it can come back and bite you in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah, not much. Is there a picture? Yeah, why is there no picture of the Pando? Good old Pando. Cannot be attacked. I think it was great. So yeah, I really liked it. Yeah, this card was cool. I really liked it. So yeah, I eventually, I slowly made my way and got some bear seals, but it took me a long time because I never got them in packs. And eventually I had to bite the bullet and actually spend my essence on crafting them. Oh, felt bad. But yeah, no, I like that card.
It was a crucial card.
Yeah.
To get just to help get rid of some of the big threats.
Yeah.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, No! I don't get the artifacts!
What the hell was Penitentiary? Surround the enemy general with friendly paddo to disappear at the start of the next... What the fuck? Okay, I didn't play when this card was around. That sounds hilarious. Oh.
Good luck, White Widow.
Well, that's a thing. Alright, yeah, your turn, Brady.
Alright, we're doing the card that you just gave shit before, Whiplash.
Really? To a fucking Whiplash.
This card was amazing.
It looked cool.
Again, Reaver deck, you're using your Bloodsworn spell every turn. And if this stayed up, the chip damage it would do was very worth it. And if you happen to get 2 of these out with... Oh, I remember one game, I had 2 of these out with the 4 Winds Magi. So I was doing 5 damage to the general every time I summoned a Heartseeker.
That's pretty good. You didn't use Cryptographer either, did you?
No.
There were so many ways of reactivating your Bloodborne spell. Yeah, you could really go to town with this guy.
It's just like it's 2 damage for free. Like even if you can play it, if at 5 mana. You can play this, which puts a 4/3 body on the board for 3 mana, which is pretty. It's not bad for stock standard. That's pretty good. And then you can summon a Heartseeker and just deal 2 damage instantly. It's very and then you're getting a Heartseeker. And then which one do you deal with? Do you deal with the Heartseeker that can be buffed and sit at range for eternity, or do you deal with this Whiplash thing?
Well, it depends. It's 3 health is a bit. The problem is it's just 3 health is the big issue. Like I know, like. To be fair, a lot of different creatures have 3 health, but they normally have ways of getting around that. The thing is that, I think you want to play him. I'm trying to think, turn 3, will you have enough mana to Bloodborne spell? I'm not too sure. You may have to play him
even if you play this on turn 5, it doesn't really matter. The fact that it's got 4 damage, if something attacks it, it's going to get hurt in return.
Yeah.
It's not like it's late game it's wasted. It's still got that 4 damage threat where it's like, okay, something's gonna have to absorb 4 damage. And really, do you want your general to equip an artifact just so it takes this out and cops 4 damage? You probably don't.
What races would I use to deal with this? Like Vannar has a few removal spells. Phoenix Fire gets rid of it. Martyrdom's pretty good actually. That's only 3 health heal. You really want to waste remove? Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah. Do you want to waste removal on this card? That's really the question that you got to ask. So look, it had its uses, and I managed to pop this off a couple of times really nicely. Even like playing it on curve, and then you just generate a Heartseeker and just slam 2 damage into the general for free. Makes it just worth it. It was actually quite a good card that you could do some fun stuff with.
Here's the thing: this card caused me a lot of grief as well, and I would put it ahead of. If you were going for 3 mana, I reckon this card I'd take ahead of it. This thing was insane. This thing was incredible. Do you ever play against this thing, Brownie?
Oh, this came in the latest patch, didn't it?
I don't know if it was. So,
yeah, the Sentinel came out with Unearthed Prophecy. That was like one of the later expansions.
You did use some of those cards, though.
Yeah, I think. I think this probably would come in and obviously challenge the spot. The problem with the Sentinel cards is. Unless a race had a couple of different Sentinel cards, you kind of knew which one it was going to be, which was a problem.
The funny thing is with this was that it didn't matter. You knew what it was, but you couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah. I think I used it like just a couple of these just as a bit of a spring out.
Yeah, no one used that.
It was either just getting smashed anyway, or I can't remember if I got card generation out of it, but it's just one of those cards that just came so late in the piece that I just can't remember if I know I got a Vanar Sentinel card to work really well. The one where
the Basilisk.
Yeah, and that thing just cut sick. I had no idea what that lineup player was thinking, but. These definitely were good in terms of, alright, I don't want them to play a spell for a while. Play this.
Oh, wait, he got heavily nerfed in the last patch. Lost health in there. But so Sentinels basically, you play a Sentinel and it's a 3/3, and you couldn't dispel it, couldn't do anything to it. You could kill it though. But if you did its secret effect, it would transform. Now, this is their way of doing Hearthstone secrets. Now, whether they're better or not, that's up for debate. So this guy's transformation was Spellcast. Cast a spell, transforms into the Mind Cage Oni, and then you get a copy of that spell that they cast. Now, unlike some of the other Sentinels, this thing could keep working. Like, I think there's the Abyssian one where you cast a minion, you get to put that minion into your action bar, but you can only do it once. This guy keeps going, and the problem is that normally they play it in the backline, so the only way to get rid of it is to cast a spell. So if you dispel it with, like, say, Sunbloom, then you've given Songhai a Sunbloom. It was crazy. You can give, like, if you use Chromatic Cold on it, then yeah, you give your opponent a Chromatic Cold. This thing was insane. There's no surprise this thing got nerfed the fuck out of from a 4/3 to a 3/2.
Oh yeah.
Did it work on BBS? I think it does work on it does work on the. So they even cast the hero spell it activates.
You will cast a spell and then you'll get the Star Wars spell.
If that cast demonic. Oh man, what the fuck? Some weird ones here.
Yeah, I forgot about that card. Yeah, not too bad.
What? Wait, does that count?
Oh, what the fuck? Ooh. Oh, did you just get my fucking Bloodborne spell?
I sure did. That's interesting. Oh god, I wish I could get this to work.
You know, I'm gonna do this one just because I don't know, I just loved it. Spiral technique. I mean, this is just a very simple card, but the fact is that it targets anything. It was just perfect. If you just wanted to get something done and move on, Yeah.
There is a good twist. No, more of a technique than a twist. One that'll have him spiraling out of control.
It's gonna be like, what the fuck? There it is. What the fuck is that?
Do late damage to anything, and look, it's tempting to hold for the last 8 damage on a general, but I mean, it can remove something big on the board that they've played as well. Like, and it's rare you probably do it, but if you're up against a wall and they've got like, you know, something big on there, then don't be afraid to use this on that.
This is one of those. This is one of those things where your general doesn't have 25 health; it actually has 19.
Yeah. I used to just carry 1.
Yeah, I think I carried 1 or 2. You didn't want them stuck in your hand, but you wanted it so you could finish them off at any time.
Yeah, you wanted it so you could just pop an 8 mana. Just to hurt the general, and it was like the Pyroblast of Hearthstone for Mage. If you got to 10 health against a Mage, you're expecting a Pyroblast in the face.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it was a really good card. Yeah, loved it. I always had one just in case. It was a lovely finisher.
Man of Onyx. No way.
You can be anything you want to be.
Ah!
Hey, Suze. See that? That's a number 2. That's how many times I just beat Mark.
Oh, good. And I might just...
There's a couple of cards here that are actually not... I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, and I'll do one more. And pretty simple one, actually. Sometimes simple ones are the best ones. Fucking Heartseeker. 1/1...
Oh yeah, I've talked about it all the time, and I haven't even mentioned that.
I don't know. I think we've talked about it so much here. Is there a picture?
I think I keep forgetting that I never actually had the card in the deck, despite it being a core component of the deck.
I'm actually wondering. I don't think I do either, but I think it still counts as a card technically. Not to mention, it was pretty cool artwork. Like, I don't know. See, I don't know if I need to say anything more about this card, because I feel like we've said it with we've covered under Miss Dragon Seal, we've covered it under Killing Edge, covered it under Deathstrike Seal, technically covered into Focus.
I definitely have. So, yeah, I mean, look, the core component of this, of my deck, was the Bloodborne spell generating Heartseekers. Yeah. And look, even though the Bloodborne spell costs 2 mana generating a Heartseeker, it was the case of you didn't have to put 3 of these cards in your deck, and you could put 3 of something else in there. And that's where the real value of it lies. But yeah, like 1/1 range, it's simple, it's cheap, and with Songhai, as we've just gone over, you can do a lot of different things with it, and it just becomes very useful either very quickly, or we'll just soak some stuff and you just play another one, or something different. Really good. But do you know what my honourable mentions were?
Oh yeah.
Heaven's Eclipse.
Oh yeah.
Inner Focus. Yeah. Phoenix Fire. Blood Rage Mask.
Oh yep. They all make sense. Alright, so what were my honourable mentions? Celestial Phantom, Eternity Painter, Flame Wraith. Fuck, that was dirty not to get in actually.
Celestial Phantom, the fucking 1/5 thing.
It's got Deathstrike.
That's right.
What other with
actually, Tuskball was stiff as well.
Oh fuck Tuskball.
It got nerfed before we even got it as legendary. So
not the actual bag style, so just the washers. So whatever the machines use, they clean the machines out. So yeah, it's clear water, but sometimes there's still bacteria in it. But you got to check those things.
Yeah, he's not dealing with the human waste that's in it.
But yeah, that's some interesting creatures here. But no, congrats, man. Now it should be a fun job, man.
Oh,
do we want to do one more?
That'll do for that. Let's do an ARAM or something before we finish up your stream.
What did I say? Heartseeker.
So next is Vitruvian. Well, next is your. So there's 4 races to go.
God damn.
It'll take a while.
Oh, we're slowly getting there. By the time
Vitruvian is next, followed by Abyssian, I think. and then Magma, and then Vanna.
I tell you, I wonder how many Vitruvians are got. It's going to be actually. Do you know what one? I'm trying to guess which race is going to have the most double ups. Part of me feels like it's going to be Abyssian.
Yeah, probably. I think because I think we both sort of played the similar style as well. We didn't really do.
Vitruvian, I could see a lot of them as well. Vanna, there's probably going to be a bit of difference. I don't know how many.
Magma, I reckon there's going to be a lot of double ups.
I did not play much Magma.
Exactly. That's why I think there's going to be a lot of double ups.